More than 2 billion people utilize mobile payment options worldwide. By 2025, mobile payments are expected to make up to 79% of all digital transactions. In 2021, this percentage was 71%. What classifies a digital transaction exactly? It's a paperless or cashless transaction made through an electronic device. Both the waiting time and hassle of paying for medical services are minimized through using mobile payments. 80% of patients prefer to pay for their healthcare online. Clients or patients have the ability to make payments by scanning QR codes, tapping a near-field communication terminal, or through text message. Two of the most popular money transfer apps, besides Apple Pay, are Zelle and Venmo. Zelle transfers are instant and free, while Venmo transfers take around 1 to 3 business days, unless you pay a small transfer fee. Zelle is run by a private financial service company that owns numerous major banks, such as Bank of America, Capital One, Citi, JP Morgan Chase, PNC Bank, and more. It is able to work with over 1,800 U.S. banks and credit unions. Over 100 million people have access to Zelle directly through their banking app. From a business perspective, you want to offer payment options that make the transaction process between you and your clients as quick and effortless as they can be. Mobile payments are looking to be that option. It sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Before we can hit the ground running with utilizing mobile payment systems, specifically Zelle in this case, there are a few rules we need to cover. This is quite a gray area we're about to enter. What we can do is go over the facts. One of the things that needs to be sorted out is if Zelle is HIPAA compliant. For starters, we need to know what HIPAA is. HIPAA is short for the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. HIPAA's purpose is to create laws that are put in place to protect patient information. Patient information is classified by any information that makes a patient identifiable. Any organization that has access to PHI must follow HIPAA laws. This includes online banking or credit card payments. Now, there are no HIPAA laws directly related to mobile payments, but we can look at some regulations. 2 to be exact, that mobile payments fall under the scope of, or you could apply them to. 1. It has to provide administrative, technical, and physical safeguards that protects ePHI. ePHI is electronically stored protected health information. 2. A business associate agreement, BAA, has to exist between the vendor and the healthcare organization. A business associate agreement is an agreement between a healthcare provider and a third party for the transfer of a client's PHI. In this case, you would be the healthcare provider and Zelle would be the third party that you are transferring your client's PHI to. Signing a BAA makes them completely responsible for protecting patient PHI. Zelle will not sign BAAs. If Zelle were to be HIPAA compliant, then that means that they would have to sign a BAA for each healthcare provider that they work with. In the case that an unfortunate or unforeseeable event occurs, such as a data breach or disclosure of PHI, Zelle would be liable and there would be consequences to pay. Remember in the beginning when I said there are gray areas? Here is where it applies. Now, mobile payments do not necessarily fall under the scope of BAAs. This means that technically you could use them. Mobile payments are not specifically addressed in HIPAA laws and regulations. If you have a client that is agreeing to use them as well, that gives you the green light. Partnering with a payment processor such as eTactics that has access and the ability to sign BAAs allows you to work with mobile payment apps such as Zelle and Apple Pay. Make sure you, as well as third-party providers you work with, are HIPAA compliant. This could potentially save you from trouble sooner or later down the road. Do all that you can do and follow HIPAA guidelines to ensure PHI. If you need a refresher or training on HIPAA, check out our K2 Academy training modules to make sure you're up to date on all things in regards to HIPAA. If you'd like to learn more about if Zelle is HIPAA compliant, reach out to eTactics. And you already made it this far into the video, so you might as well like it, share it, and comment below.